I think you can probably tell that throughout this channel, I have been quite a negative Nancy on my progress. There's a big portion that I believe that I shouldn't be overconfident in anything that I do, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be proud of any progress that I do make. I should be wary and I should be scared not to be overconfident, not to be content by any progress that I do make, but I should always consider that maybe I did a good job for once, maybe that I actually improved in a nice rate, and maybe I should give myself some props, because most of the time, even though I do compare myself to a lot of different artists, I compare myself to the professionals out there, and I'm not as good as they are, and I have a lot left to go, and I know that I should at least give me some days and times where I sit down and I look at my art and I go, you know what, I'm proud of myself. So this week I worked on color, and everyone knows that color isn't my most favorite topic to talk about. It's not my most favorite thing to do, but I feel like it is important for me to discuss that I'm very happy and very proud of myself for the progress that I've made in these past couple weeks. So for myself and for inherently just making a more positive video rather than the last two videos, which have been relatively negative, I feel like I'm going to take the step necessary to give myself a compliment or two. So here is a video on my coloring process, and I hope you guys do enjoy. So, coloring, if you watch this channel at all, you know that it's not my most favorite topic. It's not my favorite medium. When I was a kid, I used to do a lot of color pencils and Crayola, little crayons, and as most kids do, you just color as how they are. And whenever I did it, I wasn't a fan of how it looked. I thought it looked really bad. I thought the colors fused together in an awful manner. So I always gravitated towards artwork that was a lot cleaner and nicer, like line work, like wonderful line weights and sketches and cool stuff like that. I thought it was just nice because it was cleaner, but little did I know as a kid, you just can't blend very well with color pencils and Crayola stuff. That's not really the limit that there is. But as I grew older, I never really changed out of that ideology until the ending of last year. I decided that I would start to learn coloring more. I would throw away my old belief in color and maybe focus on it a little bit more. So to prove that, I drew this at the beginning of 2024. This file was last modified on January 12th, so you could say that I started this around the beginning of January on 2024. And yes, it's not fantastic. Yes, a kid could probably do better than I can. It's clearly just like Family Guy movie shading when it's like flat color, darker color, and then whenever they want to do like a special episode, they'll add like a slight layer on the side of where the light is coming from. It's not amazing. There's a lot left to desire, but at the time I was happy with it. I was like, oh, for someone who doesn't color at all, I at least didn't make it look messy. So this is what I'm happy with. And in the past couple of weeks, I've recently picked back up on learning how to do color because it is a New Year's resolution, and I do want to make an effort to actually, by the end of 2024, have something to show for all of my efforts. So where am I at now? This video is about me being proud of myself for once and not hating on my progress and not saying, oh, it's not enough, and not saying, oh, this is actually shit compared to someone else's. I want to sit back and say for once to myself and just fill myself with a little bit of confidence and comfort and say, I'm proud to where I am, to where I have made it, and where I'm standing today. I am happy that I've gotten here. Now, I don't doubt that one day, a couple of days in the future, maybe a week or two, I will look back on this art piece and be like, what the fuck was I doing? But I would like to at least bathe in my glory. Okay. So no more delays. These are the pieces that I have right now. And I think it is quite a difference from how it was what you just saw. This is how it was before, right? If I were to just move it around, zoom in a little bit, this is how it was before. And this is what we have now. And I think there has been quite a jump, quite a leap in quality. Don't you think? I personally think so. The main thing that I do want to talk about is just overall my usage of stuff. I've learned many of things. I've learned shapes and forms of shadows. Not that all shadows are just cast shadows. There's such things called form shadows and cast shadows too. I'm not going to explain any of them because I think it's too much to explain here. I'm not qualified to explain concepts of art, but I've just been learning that there are such things as hard shadows, such as cell shading. There's such things as soft shadows like gradients. There are light is not light doesn't create shadow. Light just layers on top of it, right? There's plenty of things that I've learned. I should probably color better. There's many ways to color, not using just flat colors. Specifically right here on the shoulder, I've added blushes now. Not that's just one monotonous, boring color that's plastered wherever skin is. And in general, I have just overall gotten better at using layers like multiply and screening layers. In fact, I learned what a clipping mask was just a while ago just to do this piece. Did you know it took me about 2 years? I've been using Clip Studio Paint for a while, and even when I wasn't using it, I was using Autodesk Inventor, they had clipping layers too, and I had no idea what a clipping layer was until just recently, and I can't believe it took me that long. It took me like 20 Mark Brunette videos until I was like, oh, he's using a clipping layer. What's that? What even is that? So I eventually learned, and I eventually got better, and you know, once I did all of that, I made these 2 art pieces, and I'm very happy with it. They don't look too consistent. I mean, this one's mostly shadow, but I'm very happy with it. Like, even looking here, I even have like 2 different layers on this coloring section, where one of it is a more blended version, one of it is a more harsh version, even though I actually prefer the harsh version because I'm drawing more like an anime. I'm not trying to be like an oil painter, by the way, or anything who's like fantastic and use a bunch of blending. I'm just sticking to normal cell anime shaded stuff, and I'll progress from there. But as a place to start, as a place to progress from, I'm quite happy with myself, and I can say that I'm proud. A little bit. I'm proud a little bit. Now, I don't doubt that I will become, I will no longer be content with this, but for now, I'm quite happy. So, yeah, there isn't really much to say after this. I really just want to show off a little bit because I feel like I've been really negative on my own progress, and I want to give myself a break because a lot of people are telling me that I need to slow down. And even though I don't want to slow down, no offense, I don't think you guys are wrong by any means. I do want to be quick about it. That doesn't mean I should be negative with everything I do. So here I am, looking at it and enjoying myself with a wonderful message from my character, of course. This is speaking to me, by the way, not the audience. I love you guys. Don't worry. I would never say this to you guys. Even she's confused. You see that question mark right there? So, yeah. But besides that fact, thank you for sticking around this video. This video wasn't much. It was just random rant and rambling about colors, and I just really wanted to be positive. So, there you go. I know I didn't upload last week because there's just not stuff there's stuff that I want to talk about, and there's stuff that I just don't want to talk about sometimes. So I hope you guys forgive me, but I'm very thankful that you guys are still being super supportive, super amazing, sending me comments throughout the week, and also on my Instagram, liking on my photos and stuff like that. So I appreciate that regardless. Here are 3 comments that you guys have posted in the past couple of weeks that I have not thanked you for. I'm actually going to be posting a little bit more because I've missed quite a bit, as you can probably tell, not uploading in the past 2 weeks, but what can I say? Thank you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay hydrated and take good care. Oh my gosh, how do I stop this recording?